Hello, my name is Aaron Wall, and this is a video for SEObook.com about how public relations relates to search engine optimization. So every business person, every business model has value or offerings, things they're good at, and then also has flaws, hidden costs, and things that aren't so good. And what public relations does is it tries to build your brand by spreading the messaging of what you believe in, what related causes you believe in, things that make you look good, while also minimizing the exposure towards the flaws in your model or your business. Alternatively, public relations can also be used to diminish the upside of competitors and competing business models, and also make their flaws look larger than they are. A lot of people push the idea of a fair market, but there's really no such thing as a fair market. Whether you're buying links, syndicating your own spin through the media, using public relations to get exposure in someone else's media, co-branding with something that people like, the whole goal of marketing is to create demand for products and to get exposure. You get nepotistic exposure, and then when you get some authority, you leverage that to try to get more exposure and further reinforce your worldview. So everyone uses PR as far as in the business world. A lot of governmental agencies use public relations, and a lot of nonprofits especially use public relations because they don't have the ad budgets to spread their message, and they have stories that are really compelling and sometimes easy to spread because they're so compelling. So the reason public relations is so good for business is that it looks organic and natural. A lot of people don't understand how public relations work, or that people manipulate the news, or that there's people pitching stories to reporters. And beyond looking organic, good public relations campaigns tend to target the most trusted voices in a market, or networks that have large reach. And because there's so many layers to public relations, you have to come up with a story, you have to have it formatted well, you have to have a unique angle that hasn't been done before, you have to have the contacts to be able to spread the story, you have to know how to pitch it to them. Because there's so many layers to it, it's hard for a lot of people to duplicate that. Other SEO techniques, such as just buying links here or there, or directory listings, or writing more content, a lot of that stuff's very easy to duplicate, but public relations is actually hard to duplicate. And on top of that, some of the better PR stories get to be told over and over again by the main storytellers, surfacing that person as a topical expert again and again, and reinforcing their business model, their brand, every time their market comes up in the media. And as you get exposure, it builds credibility and an affinity towards your brand. It makes it easier to get more and more exposure. So here's some examples of public relations. Recently, Google pushed a 100-mile-an-hour car. And a few years ago, they were caught cloaking in their own search engine, not following their own guidelines that they push onto others. But that first story you'll probably see a lot of. The second story you'll see almost none of. That's kind of how public relations works. Spread the good stories, try to prevent the bad ones from spreading. And you can tell that Google's good at their public relations by the fact that they're worth about $160 billion. So the government also uses public relations. Here's a PBS Media Shift story about how YouTube is letting you see what the Iraq war is like through the eyes of a soldier. And then here's a story about how the U.S. government was censoring some of the stories from Iraq, or censoring some of the videos from Iraq soldiers from even being shown on YouTube. So they want to spread their marketing message on one front and not make the other content too accessible on the other front. So one of the easiest ways to spread a story is to create something people would want to talk about, something they'd want to share, something that shares their brand values. So it's easy for people to say, hey, my mom worked hard raising me, she was a great mom. It's easy for moms to appreciate the role of their mom. It's easy for moms to want to feel important, like they did a good job raising their kids. Because all this, a mom's salary calculator is really easy to spread. It's a compelling story, and letting mom know you appreciate her. That's why there's even a holiday called Mother's Day. So the whole goal is, if you create stories that reinforce the values of other people and make them feel important, it's easy for them to spread. So also there's blog value calculators that overestimate the value of blogs. And why do they overestimate it? Well, if they tell me that my blog's worth $30 million, I might put a link up on my site saying, wow, check out how much my blog's worth. They get more authority, more links, and more bloggers spread the story. If conversely, if they said your blog was worth like $4, a few blog haters might spread it, but all the bloggers wouldn't be spreading that story, because who wants to know that their stuff's not worth much? Who wants to be told they're not doing a good job? So the way the media is manipulated with some of the public relations stuff is PR firms build relationships with reporters. Paul Graham wrote an article called The Submarine, which does a really good job of explaining how these relationships are built, how they work, and how public relations firms help guide the media on what they write about. And just like there's stories about love and good stuff, there's also stories about hate and bad stuff. So you can be a champion for why something's wrong, why government waste is wrong, why government shouldn't meddle in your business, or how some poor kid's not doing well and not being given a chance and deserves a better opportunity. And you can take any of these ideas, and as long as you truly believe in them and you want to spread that message and you're willing to fight the good fight, you can champion a more fair world, a world that offers opportunity and is more level. This technique actually works really well if you're a small player against a big player, and also can be used against large established players. For example, when we submitted a story about the fall of the value of the U.S. dollar to the Netscape website, people voted right to the top because we used the title, "How Bush Devalued the Dollar." They like political stuff over there, so that story sent us over 15,000 visitors. One of the people on the web is the best at PR is actually Jason Calacanis. And he helped build Weblogs Inc. by saying all you need is quality content, but in large it was sponsored by spammy text links that he was selling to various people. RFID for your online casino. One of my favorites was Scuba Blackjack Online. So he was selling all these links, and that's what made his model work. When he launched Mahalo, saying that SEO was going to die, and a week into it, they were already scraping hot keywords trends off the Google Hot Term list, and now anyone can get paid to create a search result for Mahalo, and they're getting indexed in other engines. So, and just how there's the we love you angle, there's also the we hate you angle that Calacanis played with SEOs. And then you could take it one step further with Please Hate Us, which is what Paper Post did. They sold undisclosed editorial posts, creating controversy, and here's Paper Post offers to sell your soul. And then after they created that controversy, they corrected it with their disclosure policy. But the media, on the way down and the way back up, all that exposure was created by making themselves an enemy towards popular bloggers. So PR can be public relations. PR can be dirty. It can also be, very noble, and you could push really good causes with it. So it's just like SEO. You can use it to market good stuff or bad stuff. So it's up to you how you want to use it and what you want to market. But if you believe in what you're marketing and you believe it's the best, keep pushing for exposure every way you can, and it'll start building on itself. So in summary, some of the ways that public relations relate to SEO is that when you get all that exposure, something that people have seen a lot is likely to get seen by a lot more people or get cited a lot more times. And almost any signal quality that search engines can use, if you have a good public relations campaign, you're going to be getting lots of exposure, lots of traffic, lots of people talking about you, lots of links, and it all builds on itself. So, and it's hard for competitors to replicate that, unlike other forms of link building like buying links and stuff. So it builds your brand, it's hard to replicate, adds lots of value, sometimes grows virally. So that's all those are reasons why public relations are great for SEOs, and hope you liked this video, and let me know what you think. Thanks.